Technology makes the impossible possible. We can explore new realities and get what we want when we want. We can make virtual friends. We can stay close from far away and conquer new frontiers. Technology creates opportunities, and we secure technology so that everyone, everywhere can benefit from it. Bring on digital security for a brighter tomorrow. Kaspersky, bring on the future.
What's up everyone? Welcome to the grand finals of PUBG Mobile for ILG Cup Season 3. I'm Shade Slayer. Joining me is Flash. You've seen us, you've basically heard us throughout the year. The qualifiers started all the way back in July last year. We have had 16 minors, top 32 squads duking it out in January, wherein over a week-long bit of action, we dropped it down to the top 16 squads. We did have to wait quite a bit, but that wait is over. Grand finals time. 16 squads, 16 maps to be played over 4 days. It's a lot of action lined up for you. Johnny, what's up, man? How are you doing?
What's up, Shade? I know it's been a very long time, and I was just waiting for when we're going to have this finals. I know this pandemic has taken a lot out of everyone, but the best part is gaming can be done from home.
Yep.
And we have seen everyone grinding it out all these months, and gaming has kept us on our feet in these times. So I'm glad at least we are able to have some action, and we are going to the grand finals.
Yep, I mean, fans have been waiting for a long time. Doesn't matter the fact that we are not online, we don't get to be with the players, but given the circumstances, I'd say we're gonna make the most of it. 64 players to be in the server soon. Any predictions, Johnny, on what we can expect on day one and in the coming days here in the grand finals?
So day one, teams are just going to test the waters. It's not going to be, I mean, there is going to be a lot of actions. There are going to be some teams who like playing very, aggressive. We've seen Fnatic, they've changed their playstyle a lot. And now looking at their current roster change, so they have moved into a bit more aggressive role. We have MegaStars is there. Team Mayhem has been the surprise for me, right?
Yeah.
We've seen Team Mayhem form qualifier 1, moving it right up till the end, till when they qualified, right? And they are a team to watch. Looking at them in PMIS as well, I was really amazed seeing them evolve. So there are many teams over here who are in contention, but day one is just going to be testing the waters, because they will want to, because these are a lot of teams that you have different tiers, like tier 1, tier 2 teams, right? And these are a mix of tier 1 and tier 2 teams, so they might not know play styles, though we see a lot of tier 1 teams screaming against each other, and they would know where they drop and all. But over here, this is going to be testing waters for a lot of teams, just to see where teams are comfortable to drop in, looking at their loot patterns, looking at their movement patterns. And that we are playing in esports mode, where the circle timing is 1.2, right? And the loot is twice the loot that you get in a normal game, right?
Yeah.
So people are going to be able to loot faster and get ready to get into that battle. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a hell a lot of fun, and I can't wait for the flight path to take off.
Yeah, and the fact that it is 16 maps, right? You can pretty much spend day one just kind of understanding how the rest of the teams are going to be coming in. Yes, most of these guys do scrim against each other on a very regular basis, but like you said earlier, it's a mix of tier 1/tier 2 teams, right? So there is that element of uncertainty coming into at least day one for some of these teams, and a lot of them are going to be looking to just feel each other out. So especially in map 1 on Erangel, I don't expect to see too many early fights. I think players are going to be pretty much trying to get their footing in the server, start things slow, get the juices flowing, and once we do hit day 2, day 3, that is when the shackles are going to come off. That is when we'll get to see a lot more teams fight it out aggressively.
Yeah, because when you move into day 2 and day 3, you already know where you're standing on the table and how you need to modify your gameplay, right?
Yeah.
So based on that, it's going to team. We know Fnatic and some teams love going into those hot zones. And looking at Fnatic play, we've always seen Fnatic drop in, at least in the ILG Cup, they would always drop mill base, right? And we used to have a constant battle between Fnatic and God's Reign, sorry, in mill base, and that used to be an epic fight to watch, right? I don't know what's going to happen today. Are there going to be two teams there, or is it just going to be one team? We have to wait and watch. Like I said, it's going to be testing waters for the first few maps to
Yeah.
understand where the drops are going to be, I mean, where teams are going to drop, how aggressive are they going to play. But yeah, knowing that the teams know that this is going to be twice the amount of loot that we normally get, they're going to play it safe. I'm sure they would not want to rush into, but they would want to gear up, get those level 2s, level 3 vests, level 3 helmets, and now we see the Indian PUBG meta teams have, evolved looking at international teams play. They have fixed roles. They know what they need to do. So based on that, they need to get those weapons as well, right?
Yeah.
So loot phase is going to be really important. The first two zones, I don't think there's going to be that much action. But nevertheless, you can't count teams. You can't, judge anything right now.
Yeah.
As soon as that first flight path hits, we'll be able to make that prediction.
Besides the huge amount of glory on the line, there is an even bigger amount of prize pool up for grabs here in the grand finals. A total of 6 lakh INR. First place 3 lakhs, second place 1.2 lakhs, third place 70,000, fourth place 50,000, fifth place 30,000, sixth place 15,000, seventh place 10,000, and eighth place rounding it up with 5,000 INR. That's a lot of money on the line, isn't it, Johnny?
That is indeed, and the best part is what I like about the ILG grind that we had from qualifiers right up to the finals is that you have to grind each week if you do not make it in the first week itself, right?
Yeah.
Only the top 2 qualified per week. But the best part is they had chances to qualify in the other weeks. So that gives you a lot of practice time and it gives you more matches to play, make your squad, even though if you have any problems with your squad, you can, change things around till things start working for you. So we've seen teams grind in and out, and those teams have made it here. So if people think that it was an easy grind, no, it wasn't. I've seen squads grind for 8 and 9 weeks until they made it through. So they are all deserving.
Yeah, it was close to 6 months that these teams grinded it out to get into the server. They have played minors after minors. Some guys managed to finish that off in the initial few weeks, make their way through. It was close to, if I'm not mistaken, 128 squads every single minor, and only the top 2 over that week made it through to the online qualifier phase. And there we pretty much had 32 squads duke it out and only 16 made it to the final. So some of these teams might not be the absolute best in the country right now, but they each and every one of them have earned their spot. They have grinded it day in and day out. They've busted everything they can to make it here, and they completely deserve the slot. But will they be able to complete that final hurdle? 16 maps is what stands between these 16 squads and the glory of being crowned the champions of ILG Cup Season 3. We're counting down the timer. You see, it is about 15 seconds in, 63 players in the server. This is going to be absolutely amazing. Before we jump into the match, I'm going to take a quick prediction from you, Johnny. Who do you think is taking the first chicken dinner?
The first chicken dinner, I'm going to give it to an underdog team. Though we have likes of Mayhem and Fnatic and MegaStars and all, but somewhere I like BSUD and all as well. So saying that, I will give it to an underdog team. I won't name the team yet, but yes, top 3, I say 2 underdog teams and maybe Fnatic, or maybe you have Mayhem making the top 3.
All right, the flight is on at Erangel for map 1 of the grand finals for ILG Cup Season 3. It is gonna be a north, pretty much in the middle of the map from Severny all the way through Novo. So most of the parts of the map are gonna be accessible. I do expect a lot of squads, at least a couple of them, to go around that Rozhawk area. School, Pochinki. We have seen teams kind of prefer going that area as well. There's a lot of space there to accommodate a couple of teams without really having to take that engagement early on. I'm interested to see how things kind of play out in
the South Island.
Yeah, in the South Island and also the Roshawk hill, right? That's a hill we've seen teams contest very early on. Teams dropping Roshawk want to go there early, take control of that, kind of gives you an opening in and around that area, gives you full control, maybe even a few early frags. What do you think? Do you think we're going to see some early fights here, Johnny?
It could be. You can see Fnatic is, again, it looks like a very similar setup what they generally do, and they've already, now they can see the circle while they're gliding down as well, so they know if they need to alter themselves. We see Rip Squad as usual going to base, and we see MegaX as well over there. So it's going to be a very interesting battle because the circle has shifted way down towards the southwest. Primorsk, my favorite place to go, is in the circle, but there's no team over there. So teams
Oh
will
wow,
have to make a
you need
huge
to
shift.
watch the circle, Johnny. It's gone the complete other way. Those squads who are on the eastern side are gonna be thinking, damn, that's a huge rotation coming out.
I know there is squad number 18, that's V3Hail Esports at Stalber. Stalber, moving from Stalber right up there is going to be a huge task because they have to pass Yasnaya either, or they will have to move in via Georgopol, right? And moving from there is quite risky because there will be teams that are tailgating that circle.
Indeed, man. We're gonna switch over to MGZ right now. We have Dementi OP. I'm guessing that's how you can pronounce the name. These guys have been amazing, Johnny, during the online qualifier phase.
Yes,
Online
indeed,
playoffs,
Megas.
rather.
They did, and they won in convincing fashion. It was not even, it was a landslide victory when they did win in their qualifier. So it's going to be fun to watch them currently as well. Looks like Dimenji does love to, swap between TPP and FPP quite a lot. So just to remind you, this is going to be, all the entire 16 maps is going to be in TPP mode. And yep.
Let's have a look at some early rotations coming in. I do believe Max Kosh is making his way in early here. He's separated out from the rest of the series. Does have one teammate in backup, looks like. This is something that Fnatic always do very early, right? They want to go in, they want to get that early loot going. They want to get a good position in the circle early and not really get caught out in transition.
Yes, indeed. And generally they drop South Island. I mean, they first tail towards the West Bridge, right? And then they move towards the South Island, towards Mill Base, and maybe try and peek and take a fight with the squad over there. That's what, when Scout was there, that's what their game plan used to be. It is slightly similar right now, but because of the roster change, they have adapted and made a lot of changes to their gameplay. So it's going to be really interesting to watch what they are going to do next. Looking at MYM, as usual, they've gone to their favorite place.
Yeah.
Though they have gone south, I mean, they've gone more towards the east, but they generally like staying towards school. So maybe they would have seen the squad dropping over there and might have made that decision not to go over there, but yeah.
Yeah, another squad that is absolutely not scared to take a fight at all, Johnny, MYM. These guys love their fights. They always want to be in the thick of things, taking in early engages. And talking about early engages, I believe Reaper X does have a player close by. There's a vehicle coming in. They do spot out one player from squad Marcos Gaming, but instead of taking a duel at the edge, they're just going to pick up their solo player there and back away from this. Exactly what we discussed during the pre-show, right?
Yeah, Ruins is not an easy place to take a fight with, right? And it's a lot of open ground. And the problem is, if you get caught out and knocked, it's not going to be easy to revive unless you have a lot of smokes. So I don't think I would want to take a fight in Ruins that easily. If I was more in a more crowded area, like Georgopol, where there are a lot of buildings and all, even if I'm knocked down, I have cover, right? Ruins is not a place where I'm going to get a lot of cover. So it's clever that they didn't take the fight there and they moved out.
And squad number 14, we see also currently moving out of Milta where they did drop in earlier. So squads kind of scrambling to make their way into the zone right now, try and find good compounds to hold here as well. And I do believe Fnatic has just taken a few shots at BSUD, and we might just get to see the first bit of action break out here in the grand finals, Johnny.
Yes, looks like Max Karsh, he has an eye on BSUD over there, has a 4x up, and looks like BSUD, someone take quite some damage over there.
Yeah, I
So
believe
Max Karsh
a few
with
shots
that
have
star.
a few shots have been fired there, but Fnatic at this point of time, the question is, oh, they're going in. They're going in hard here. The first shot's being fired and they've got the first knock in. They will get the cleanup and looks like they're going to try and make their way out straight away. Carry is in and around that area, but I don't think he's going to hang around. He's just going to get into the buggy. He's going to head out. But I believe Fnatic, if they sniff this out, we might just see them give the chase. But on top of that hill here, BSUD do have a lot of cover to work with, and it wouldn't really be an ideal situation there for Fnatic to risk going in without all the positions discovered.
Yes, indeed. So they were able to recover. I mean, they lost 2 people over there, but that was a very aggressive Fnatic, something which I'm not used to seeing. I know it's been a long time we've been following that team, but it's good to see these aggressive fights and such confident plays, right? You're coming in from a mountain in full speed. That means the other team has time to spot you coming in for that fight. But they took that fight to perfection and they were able to get 2 kills out of that. It's a good start for Fnatic.
Yeah, it's a very good start for Fnatic indeed. And we're looking at Mega right now, another squad that has performed really well during the online playoffs. A squad that is, again, pretty confident in going for their fights early on, Johnny.
Yes, indeed. Mega, it looks like they are going to move out from the bridge. I'm not sure whether they would want to move out of the South Island so soon, but they are gatekeeping. Looks like they want to bridge camp. I'm not sure if many teams will make their way via the eastern bridge, because the circle is quite towards pre-mosque and towards quarry. So they will eventually want to move out from the eastern bridge. It is clever to move out from this bridge rather than going from the western bridge, because there will be teams already set up over there waiting for them.
Yeah, it looks like EGxSAD is also going to be a team on a transition here. We're looking at pretty much 2 players on the bike, Jordan as well as Amr, get themselves onto a vantage point here. Decent bit of real estate to be had to look around to see, hey, where are these guys going to be rotating from if there's any trouble heading their way. Let's have a look at the map right now. Johnny, walk us through what's happening.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting once the second zone comes in. Like I said, this circle is more towards going in Primos, Quarry. It might even move in towards Pochinki. You never know, because sometimes these very western circles tend to go towards the northeast, but looks like it has gone the opposite. It is staying southwest. So again, it's going to be a Quarry versus Primos. A lot of teams have moved in. There is a big clutter towards the northeast, and I see already 5 squads in that area. M by M might get into trouble if they move towards the west.
Yeah, there's a lot of squads in close vicinity already inside the zone. I believe Mega is going to be one of the first ones in that area. I'm not sure if they've spotted carry out just yet, but at least the way they're currently positioned and they're taking in shots, if they didn't know already, they definitely know that something is up right now. And BSUD, they're going to be charging in for this fight. INS Rip Squad also taking a fight on the other side, but you're going to stick with Mega here as he looks to find the first player. He's supposed to out, and the buggy and Outlaw is going to get taken down, and always will get the cleanup quickly, but he takes a lot of damage himself in that early engage, and he's gonna get some cover here to try and get that med kit off. And Fnatic are gonna be charging through here. Iron Fist is in some trouble. We have MegaStars getting ready with the nade. It's gonna go in and it's gonna clean up. MegaStars on point there with the nade, and Fnatic pick up 4 early kills. Johnny.
Yes, and Fnatic is on. I mean, they might be so happy right now. 4 early kills, plus 2 that they got in the first fight. So 6 kills, they're going to be really happy with themselves.
Indeed, man. Early pickoffs, early points, always going to excite teams this early on. You don't really want to get off on a slow start. Yes, there is a lot of room for some of these squads to improve on as the days progress, but just getting off on the best start is a huge confidence booster, Johnny.
Yeah. Plus, the very important part for Fnatic is they're taking position, because they are predicting that the circle is going to come very close towards Quarry, and they will have high ground. Quarry, the higher mountains, they will have a lot of vision on where teams are coming in from. So I'm really happy with the positioning Fnatic is getting themselves into, and they couldn't have asked for anything better.
They couldn't have indeed, and it looks like Rip Legend is gonna rattle off a few shots from above into the distance. I believe they have eyes on Fnatic right now. There is also I believe squad number 10, that is Reaper X, pretty much in and around that area as well. Right now, the circle, though, we do have all squads in. They've taken up positions, and I believe it is going to be a few minutes of nice long-range duels heading our way, Johnny.
Yes, indeed. And looks like most of the teams have geared up as well. So we see some good scopes coming in. Now Gatka is towards the circle. If it shifts towards Gatka, it's going to be really, difficult for teams to rotate towards that end. But Gatka ends are something which I don't like, because Gatka is quite open, very open fields. Now, if we come talking towards the quarry end, the team that's on top always has the advantage, the team that has high, because a lot of teams, once the circle starts moving in towards quarry, they have to climb up that mountain. And the team that's sitting on top will get
Johnny,
the advantage of taking people down.
You've gone a little robotic on it, so if you could just reconnect back, I believe they should pretty much fix the problem in hand. But let's go through the map right now. I do see squad number 13, Deadly, is also very close to squad number 9 in Team NewST. I see that Bope has spotted out a few players in rotation there. Cartoons, a couple of shots going in that general direction. Decent bit of damage done already. I believe that was Deadly having gotten in a couple of shots before even Cartoons joins in. They are retaliating back with a few shots themselves. Their damage done, and they're gonna have to be careful of taking fights out in the open at the moment. Team number 9, let's see what their plan is. I see Rohan is getting his vehicle in. Maybe right now you want to go ahead, pick up your teammates, and not really want to hang around in that firing range. Get yourselves.
He sees the drop. I think Rohan sees the drop, and looks like Deadly, Bope, Dope. They are at good high ground position, but somewhere I feel this is not going to be where the circle is going to be ending, and they need to start moving a bit more into a safer position.
Oh, look at this. Squad number 5 is getting ready for a fight versus FG. FG. Are they getting into position here? Shots being fired preemptively into the ground right there. Not sure if they've spotted anyone out just yet, though. EXE is going to try and drive by. Saksham there with the DP. Unfortunately, can't land the shots in squad number 5. They have 3 players in vehicles, I believe right now. They're just going to back away from this. Paradox is going to hang around to provide cover fire. He's going to try and keep the pressure on and loving the rest of his teammates. Got a Paradox, locks in onto Dakshin. He mows him down. Half a clip right there, and I think he's done just about enough to provide cover for him to back away from this as well, Johnny.
Yes, indeed, he has. And wow, already a lot of fights taking place. This is just the 3rd zone, and we have still 20 seconds in the clock, and teams are going to start moving in. So, Shady, what do you think? Are we going to have our last zone where we are going to have 8 and 10 teams, or do you think it's going to be, because we see a lot of fights already taking place?
This looks like all of this is going to erupt the next circle as we do see the rotations come by. Looks like MegaStars did manage to pick one, but MGZ, these guys are going to try and get on to the top of the hill, find themselves a better vantage point before they pull the trigger. So they are, however, heading towards squad number 6 in RIP official on the other side. So might get to see some engages in a bit. We see FG also driving by. They do have company right alongside them, but I don't believe they're going to take a fight here just yet. But Fnatic, they spot out MGZ. They've gone up above. Let's see if Fnatic is interested in taking a fight just yet. Looking at the way that MegaStars is looking the other way, I think he spotted out WizGod. That is going to be a lot of information there. He is completely split up from the rest of his team. So there is going to be no saving him if this, if MegaStars indeed finds him on the other side. So I think it's going to be a question of will Surya and co be able to put enough pressure here to force MegaStars away, allowing WizGod an opportunity to back off, or will they be committed in to pretty much push MegaStars off his position by some offense on their own. That being said, we see Treads here. The push comes in from FG. The nade going in actually finds a Sinister. I believe that must be on the other side, but Treads is left on his own. He's given away his position as well. They're going to split up here. Backup will be coming in, but the nades continue to work. They get the cleanup as well. Treads still hasn't found an opening. Eco will eventually go down, but the shots are coming in from the side. He's still away. He's still up with about 2 HP. He continues to hold on, and let's look at the Molotov. Will it actually get them off? That even though it hasn't, Saksham still hasn't found the kill here. First aid's coming through. The backup has come in, and looks like Treads is gonna be a-okay here. But Fnatic also taking a fight as MegaStars gets vision onto Ronak there for a second, pulls the trigger, but Fnatic not too keen on committing on this fight just yet. They do have the position advantage, but they're still looking at WizGod below. He's made his way out. He's joined up with the rest of his teammates. That opening is no longer available to Fnatic. Johnny.
Yeah, that opening is no longer available. They have one squad on the left, one squad on the right, and they need to now be careful. Shots being fired over there. Squad, I mean, the way the previous fight he took, it was not planned though, but I thought he was going to go down. He was able to get 2 knocks.
And we're going to see a push come in from FG. In fact, they're going to go charging in. 2 players inside the hut right here. Shots being fired. He's going to get singled out, but Avatar able to respond back in time. There's 1 player inside. He's going to get completely over. Shot from behind. Avatar just about gets in cover as his teammates come in with backup, and FG get the squad wipe, and MegaStars does spot out the rotation there. Ooh, the tag onto the first player almost gets the first knock onto Dementi, not coming out just yet though with a kill.
Yeah, but look at MegaStars' play. He's dropped that smoke on the right, and he's playing from the left, so they are not aware from where the shots are coming.
Looks like EG also has pinned in Mega right now. He's just up to Encore. He's getting ready with the nade. Will he get the cleanup? He will. He gets it done, and that's the squad wipe. EG are able to gatekeep Mega and completely wipe the squad and move on, Johnny.
Yeah, very unfortunate for MegaStars. And though, like I said, it's just the first map, people are testing grounds, but you need to still get those skills and make that position. Every map does count eventually, especially in the grand finals.
It does indeed, and looks like another fight about to break out. UE charging through onto squad number 7, INS. It looks like there is a vehicle coming by. UE is not too keen on committing just yet, though. He's gonna get back into his Dacia and is probably going to look to make his way out. Reaper has joined into the party here as well on top. This has turned into a three-way battle, but it looks like Hail is coming in as well. It's about to be a party here. The shots raining in from above. MegaStars does find one. He's going to continue to do more. He gets the tag. He goes down. Yeah,
very unfortunate. He has been doing a lot of work for Fnatic. Ash is coming with that buggy to maybe get that revive quick. And he has cover because he's high ground. So they should be able to get that revive in. Ash is there, getting the revive done. And squad.
Oh, look at this push though from INS. They've spotted out Abhibug. They know he's alone here, but he's managed to isolate and find the first kill. And he spots out the second player as well. The spray. Is it good? No, it's not. He goes down, and now he has to crawl his way back in. The backup has arrived, but are they ready for more players to be here? No, goes down. Boom, dope. Goes prone. He gets one. He's gonna try and go for more, but it's up trigger. He goes down thanks to Riot, who's found his way back into this and deadly. Hold on. We're gonna jump back over to this fight right here. It is breaking out huge. Squad number 9 has come in hot. They're in a lot of trouble. Rohan is alone and he's got a world of players around him. What's he gonna do? How's he gonna do this? Fnatic wants to come back into this as well. He's gonna have to fight. He's gonna have to take the fight right here, right now, while the numbers still kind of are in his favor and he can use chaos, but he can't. He is down. And Reaper should be able to clean this up right there. It is chaotic, Johnny.
It is. Quarry endings are very chaotic because you have to look on top, you have to look to your left, you have to look to your right. It's completely open.
Yeah, it is completely open and now...
Always has got one.
Oh my lord, always is spotted. The entirety of squad 10 inside that hut. They're in a lot of trouble. The nades start rolling in and he gets the slam dunk. Skrillex is low as well. He's got 2 already. One more. This should seal the deal there. Slam dunk from above downtown.
I mean, always, man, what a player.
What a player indeed, man, always. He gets it done. And we're going to go back over to MGZ. Looks like MGZ is going to have to pretty much wing this on their own. We're going to try and see if we can... If they have an opportunity to quickly get the heal off and reposition back out. Because right now it is getting pretty chaotic inside the zone. We're going to stick with Fnatic, who are already inside the zone right now. There's a couple of players who are trying to make their way in. I believe SAD is going to be one of them. MG is gatekeeping. Oh, he slipped down into the zone. That is going to be rough. One slip up there and he is pretty much done for. He is out right now. Squad number 18. Yeah, they're not gonna make their way in. They are being gate capped by squad 17 as well. There's very little in terms of what avenues they could approach that zone from, and they're in a lot of trouble. Let's head back over to an aerial view right now.
Max Kosh got knocked, and that was very unfortunate. He has smoke cover. He's getting revived over there.
Look at this though. MGZ, they've got the high ground. They're keeping Fnatic pinned in right now, but FG, this could be a golden opportunity here for Avatar if he can make his way into this and get the punish out. He is far behind right now. He's gonna try and make this happen. Let's see if he can find an opening into the backlines, because there are some heals going off from behind. They get the res out. Avatar trying his absolute best to get the nades in, but unfortunately he's got no way up on top of that hill. Instead, he's gonna try and play defensive, and I believe that is the best option right now, considering there are 2 more Fnatic players up there. Avatar pushes that. He is probably going to get third partied if Fnatic doesn't pick up the kills themselves. That being said, let's hang on over and see what's happening with MGZ. These guys do have the better high ground. They do have bird's eye view onto Fnatic, but there's a lot of smokes that are in play from a Fnatic, keeping them away from third partying as Avatar is forced to play in on this. Avatar gets cleaned up there. It was in fact Max Kosh and Ash going in with the 1-2 punch to make this happen. We are down to the top 3 here as MFG is in a heal battle, but Ronak, he gets him, he spots him out in the corner, cleans him up, and that brings it down to the top 2. A 3v4 situation. Fnatic are 4 strong here. They're getting ready with the attack. MGZ have the better ground.
They're low ground. Exactly, MGZ has the better ground.
The nade just slips by Frankie. It just about goes by. That was huge there. But Ronak, he's got a good angle on this. As soon as Ash pushes through, he can make magic happen. There are 3 players on the left side, always alone, trying to see if the distraction comes by. But look at the circle's pushing in comes the fight, and it's gonna be Ronak. He's gonna have to make his way through, taking a lot of damage through the smoke. He just about makes it, and he's gonna try and take the first aid. Always is still alive. He's gonna try and push this as Surya makes a push in as well. Ronak eventually does end up going down, and Fnatic clean up so fast right there. And that is gonna be a 14 kill chicken dinner going the way of Fnatic, Johnny. What a start. Take nothing away from MGZ though. These guys came out huge as well, sitting on 7 kills, 2nd position. And if this is a sign of things to come, Johnny, I am so excited of the remaining 15 maps that we've got ahead of us.
Yes, indeed. And Fnatic, their positioning was just amazing. They were always keeping an eye on the circle. They knew when they had to make that move, and at the end, the circle did help them a bit. Though they were on the lower half of the mountain, they didn't have time up because the circle came towards them. And then when you're at high ground and you're looking it down, it's some cover for Fnatic over there. But they did end up taking the chicken dinner, and it was an amazing map 1.
Yeah, huge props to Fnatic there for the chicken dinner. But this is only map 1 of 16 maps lined up for you over 4 days. This is the grand finals for ILG Cup Season 3 PUBG Mobile. We'll take a quick break. When we're back, we'll be jumping straight into Miramar. Will Fnatic continue to ride the wave, or will we see some teams come back to take that slot away from them on top of the leaderboard? Don't go anywhere.
Technology makes the impossible possible. We can explore new realities and get what we want when we want. We can make virtual friends. We can stay close from far away and conquer new frontiers. Technology creates opportunities, and we secure technology so that everyone, everywhere can benefit from it. Bring on digital security for a brighter tomorrow. Kaspersky, bring on the future.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the grand finals of ILG Cup Season 3 PUBG Mobile. Title sponsor Alienware, powered by Logitech G. Associate sponsors Next Wave Multimedia and Kaspersky. GPU partner Galax. Energy drink partner Monster Energy. I'm Shade Sayer. Joining me is Flash, who's got all his voice back. She shouldn't have any more issues moving ahead. Sorry about that. Without further ado, though, let's have a look at the scorecard of how things look like at the end of that map 1. Fnatic in the lead, 14 kills, 34 points. Marcos Gaming in second on 21 with 7 kills. Infinity Squad in third with 13, 12 points. On Flawless Gaming with 4 kills. 5th position is RS Alpha Pack with 10. Looking over at the lower part, Rip Squad yet to get off the scorecard, just the 1 point. NewST also getting the 1, BSUD on 1. And yeah, the bottom half, a lot of squads yet to get back into the thick of things there, Johnny. But map 1 was all Fnatic right there.
Yeah, it was a Fnatic show from the beginning. We saw how aggressive they played, and they were not afraid to take those fights, and it shows in the scorecard. The number of kills they've got, 14 kills, is amazing for, map number 1. And this is something, if the teams want to, give them competition, they need to replicate that in maps going forward. Next map is going to be Miramar, and Miramar is going to be really interesting because, again, very open terrains like Erangel, but here it's going to be a lot of long distance fights, right? And a lot of known names in the bottom half of the table. I mean, it was we couldn't get a glimpse of how Mayhem got out of things. They did get 2 kills, but Mayhem, Team Environment, they do need to pick things up if they want to. They can't let Fnatic out of their sight, because if a team starts breaking loose, it's going to be difficult to catch up later on.
And I think to owe the success of Fnatic over to that early rotation that they did, they got to quarry very early, and they didn't really have to move much from that point on till the final circle. And a lot of smart fights taken. That utility usage, when they pretty much had to clear out, I believe that was Avatar +1 from FG below them. They completely smoke up MGZ behind, and they take the fight straight up ahead. They get the cleanup on 2, and then they're able to turn things around 4v3 for that chicken dinner. So smart plays, early rotation, getting yourself into a good position, I think is...
And the importance of smokes. The importance of smokes. We saw Fnatic use smokes so well, and it was, I mean, that was the only team that I actually saw use that many smokes in this map. And a lot of teams are trying to take cover in shelters, in the small sheds, right? Biggest mistake, you wouldn't want to enter a shed with your entire squad in it. And we saw their beautiful 2 nades slam dunk straight in. You can't run out from there.
Yeah.
So there's few critical mistakes being made by teams, and that's something they'll have to work on. I'm sure in Miramar they won't have that opportunity, because you won't have sheds like that in Miramar. But a lot of fights that will be taken are going to be fights that are in houses. So,
and with that, we are ready to jump into game 2 rather, map 2 of day 1. On to Miramar we go. Johnny, walk us through the flight path.
Hey, the flight path is very interesting. We are moving in from the east right up to the west. We are going from Terre Branca right up to El Pozo. So this is going to be really interesting map. It's more towards the north side, so a lot of Leones, Porta Preso, and Chumaxera. People are going to go to Chumaxera, Impala, Los Leones. They're not going to go to Prison or Mina Dasar, but I'm going to see a lot of fights towards Picado, El Pozo, and water treatment, etc. So we already see teams, a thick bunch of people dropping in towards the center. And this map is so big that you cannot travel that far, because you need to get those vehicles and start moving in. Knowing that in the esports mode, it's going to be 1.2x speed, you need to pick up loot fast, get those vehicles, and start moving in towards the circle.
Vehicles do play a huge part in getting you towards that success in Miramar. We've seen many teams not really have any cover, especially if it is an open end towards the final few circles. So not only do you need the vehicles to get that rotations in safe over terrain where otherwise you're just going to pretty much end up getting gunned down, you also need the vehicles which work as pseudo cover for you during those final few circles. That being said, let's jump on over and see what's happening here. I do see squad number 13 and squad number 9 getting ready to duke it out. I did see a couple of knocks go down as well. I'm interested to see where is that happening. Squad number 18, in fact, is the one pulling that off. Let's without further ado, just jump to that. I believe Hail did get 2 knocks early on onto X-Park, but
yeah,
they've only been able to secure the 1 kill there.
Yeah, if you had to drop shade in Miramar, which is your favorite place to go?
I mean, I always go Los Leones, my absolute favorite. I think that pretty much stems from its popularity in the PC mode as well, where that used to be pretty much the Pochinki of Miramar early on, right?
Yeah, and it was surprising we didn't see that many Pochinki clashes in the last map. I was really surprised that there wasn't a Pochinki clash.
We actually did not see a lot of clashes, period, in the first 2 circles. It was a lot more cagey affair. Teams not really too keen on taking these early engages. I believe that pretty much came down to the fact that the players didn't really know what to expect and didn't want to be the first ones to not get that head start in the finals, right? And we're looking at Hail Esports. Have you followed their progress through ILG, Johnny? I believe a lot of these teams have gotten a change in the team name, if not the roster itself.
That is where I'm scratching my head. Hail Esports. I haven't been able to follow them that much, but
I see Manu in this, by the way. That is a name that we do know.
God's reign. But Manu, I'm not sure if Manu is maybe a sub in this team. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it has been over a year, right? So you wouldn't fault the teams. Have all undergone roster changes quite a wee bit since the start up until this point. Bope, Dope, and Deadly. These guys haven't really had the best of results, but they're one of those teams that we've pretty much followed, aren't too scared to take fights that doesn't necessarily favor them every time.
Yeah, it doesn't favor them, but they never back down. That's the best part. And even in the week that they did qualify, they showed us some amazing aggressive plays. So that's something that we will always see Deadly do. And Deadly is going to take those aggressive fights. Let's look at the circle. The circle is very central. So a lot of Leones, La Bandetta, we have El Pozo slightly in the circle. But if the circle moves down south, people will have to travel quite a bit. But most of the teams are quite in. The only few teams that are not there is squad number 17, that's Marcos Gaming, but they are quite close to the circle. They might make their way in from Impala. And we have squad number 14, that's Flawless Gaming, coming in from Torre Hamuda. Squad number 6, Alpha Pack, they are also tailing in. One very important thing about Miramar is you need to learn to tail the circle, because if you get into the center of things, you are going to get cornered from all 4 sides, because it's a very open map. So a lot of success comes in this map if you tail the circle and move in on time, because the zone really hits hard, especially when it comes to the 4th and 5th zone, right? And you have to travel a lot in this map. So tailing is important, but also making it into the zone on time is very important as well.
Indeed, I do hear shots going off from afar, and Reds is treading very lightly here. He does get spotted out by 4 players from Deadly who are on top of the hill. They have the better vantage point, and looking at the heals as well, he does have a fair bit of heals on him, forced to use that med kit very early on. But that is sign for trouble here. Squad 16. What's the decision? They're 2v4, by the way. I don't think this is the absolute best time to take this fight.
We saw them in a very similar scenario in Erangel as well, and Threads was left alone to do all the dirty work for them. Again, they're stuck in a 4v2 situation, and squad number 13 making their way. I don't know if squad number... they have spotted him, but I don't know if they would really want to make the push yet. They might have only spotted him as of now, so they don't know the exact positioning of NewST. However, they are spread well. They have good cover. They have high ground as well, and if they do make a push, they can definitely take that fight.
Yeah, there are shots being fired from above right now, and I believe Threads has done a fantastic job of keeping himself alive. He's pretty much worked out the angles that Deadly do have right now on him. I'm gonna quickly switch on over to see what Zotko's got. Zotko is trying to peer in through that peephole in the window, but I don't think he's gonna be able to find an opening just yet.
He has the Car 98, but you can see he's still scouting the M4. I thought maybe he'll check, and it looks like he has an 8x on that Car 98.
Yeah, looking at that overall scoreboard as well, we did see Fnatic on 34. Deadly Call is in 6th position on 9 points. So they are in 6th, but they're trailing by quite a wee bit, and early kills is definitely going to help them crawl their way up that scorecard early on in this finals journey.
Yes, indeed. And Deadly Call, they need to take some early fights to get those kills. Kills are really important if you want to climb that leaderboard. It's not just about the positioning points. And
oh, look at this. They're pushing in. They know there is action heading their way. They want to go in, and they want to go in hot while the opportunity is ripe.
Zotko, he gets that knock in over there. Beautiful push coming in by Riot. Riot, is he going to get that kill? But he shouldn't be too greedy because they have cover on the side. Zotko with that Car 98 trying to finish things off, and they do get 1 kill over there. The retreat is happening by News. Zotko spots that. Is he going to fire a shot from that Car 98? It's not going to connect though, but valiant effort there. They do get 1 kill.
Yeah, they get the 1 kill, and they say, you know what, we're going to be happy with that. They try a few Hail Mary shots as well, but that range, I don't see it see fruition. But looks like we might just see Trilok here take a few shots long range himself. He spotted out Kunal. He's going to try his luck with the M4, but it was more of a prayer than a straight up chance at maybe getting a knock. But they're going to shore up together as 4 and try and see if they can continue poking away.
What happened to Dhoni? Dante, sorry, I'm saying Dhoni. Okay. Dante,
well, we kind of have a clue now of what Johnny has been doing during the lockdown, but let's just say it might have something to do with cricket.
Yeah, yes, indeed. We have to, explore all different avenues of sports, right? So, yeah, I've been watching quite a lot of cricket. Nevertheless, MYM, if they want to climb, they are not in a good position on the leaderboard. Unfortunately, they have only 2 points, so they have to muster the courage. Miramar is not an easy map to take those early fights, but they need to start, taking those fights and moving ahead.
Yeah, they need to start racking up those kills. Another squad that is pulling up very close right now is Hail Gods. These guys have pulled up straight up next to squad number 16, in fact, and I believe they did get an inkling of where the squads are in and about. Manu, Gets a quick peek, but looks like he's gonna back away from this. Tempest in the far ground ends up going down. And look at this. They've spotted out the rotations. This is hard for Hail here. They're sitting ducks from above. Lucky for them, they've got a nice little ridge to work with. Their decent amount of cover, and NewST, they gotta be watching out for any sort of counter aggression from Hail, Johnny.
Yeah, they've already had one guy drop down, taken down, and NewST, now they have better positioning. They are going to maybe try and rack in some kills over here. But again, scarL, long range, with the 3x, not going to do that much damage though. Their snipers need to, start scouting, and so it's very important with which gun you take that engagement when you are when you are from far range, right? So this is a sniper's paradise. There are few players who are very skilled with the M4.
Nades. The nades go huge there, and
Two
they
knocks.
get 2 knocks. And it is all down to Leo OP now to try and make this happen. This Skrillex, who's coming in with the flank already. Rez is gonna have to come thick and fast. Leo OP is gonna have to prevent Naruto and Skrillex from cutting this distance down. Rez is up on one of the players, but does he have time to go for the heal? I don't believe he does. There's decent bit of damage done by Leo, who's running out into the open. He's gonna find an open engagement. He gets the first, and he gets himself into cover as well. Naruto can't really reply back in kind. Legend from afar can't spot Leo. He's gonna have time to go for the heal. Well played. And Naruto is gonna back away for the moment to get the res, and that is enough time. Is it enough though for the rest of his teammates to come in as well? Legend peeks back out, gets said nope. Not today, not on my watch. But Naruto, I don't think that is going to stop him from going round 2 once his teammate has healed back up, Johnny.
Yeah, the Molotovs being dropped over there. Naruto went full Kage Bunchi no Jutsu on the team. And they are going to make that aggressive push, you see. Velop, he's trying to, push them back with those Molotovs over there. Some clever play coming in by V3 Leo OP. Naruto, he's holding ground under that ridge. He's just waiting for Leo OP to make that push. Leo OP taking the vehicle and just bailing out of there. Is he repositioning to retake that fight? Oh, he's taking some damage from behind. And looks like squad number 10 are not going to get much out of this. They're still not completely out of it.
Yeah.
Hail gods, Manu.
They're not out of the woods just yet though. But Leo gets taken down. That is huge right there. Rahul, he's got decent bit of smoke. Wix is going to try and get some cover here as well. But my eyes are on Skrillex here.
Even Tempest. Tempest is in a very good position over there. But Tempest needs to be a little careful, because if he overexposes himself, Manu can take him down from there. Skrillex, he is scouting, waiting for some movement to happen.
And look at where Legend has pushed up. He is in touching distance right now. That nade is going to be huge right now if it can connect. No.
Quite far, quite far.
Yeah, I think it's going to be slightly off target there. He spots out Manu there, but Uzi that
see
nade.
MYM, Immortal. Immortal dropped a nade on someone, and looks like now the circle. Oh, it's a fight with Fnatic. MYM taking it big against Mega and Fnatic. While on the other hand, Naruto from behind is getting the damage done. Skrillex is able to knock one down over there, taking cover. He's trying to kill the person in the shed, and they double team him and get the job done.
Yeah, they just about get the job done. Keeping the numbers up, but we're going to jump on over to this fight between Fnatic and MYM. I believe Fnatic have lost a couple of players there already. It's just down to Frankie is actually knocked down. It's only Parutosh.
Yeah.
Who is up right now, and Parutosh is backing away from this fight. Frankie does get cleaned back up, and Fnatic, who got off to a hot start in map 1, Miramar, is certainly heading in a polar opposite direction there, Johnny.
Yeah, and MYM, who was in the opposite side of the table, now might just be happy if they take down the leaders of the of the table. So they're going to be happy with this engagement, getting 3 kills off Fnatic, and that's going to boost their morale as well.
Yeah, that is going to give them a huge confidence boost, at least in day one. And that is going to prevent Fnatic as well, or any other squad from that matter, from getting the lead, a runaway lead rather, just yet. But let's have a look at the map and see where the squads are currently heading. Johnny, what do you think?
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting zone. The circle towards, the center of Graveyard Minas Los Leones, it's going to be a very open ending, and this is going to be interesting because there are a few mountains over there, but quite a lot of open plain, not much cover. So teams again that are going to be in high ground are going to have the advantage. Looks like Reaper X have got bang in the center. I don't know if it's the right decision to do it right now because you're going to have teams like MegaStars coming in from the east, from Vendetta. There's a drop towards the southeast of Leonis. I don't know if anyone has recovered. We've not seen many teams take drops over here. We have squad number 19 in front of a drop as well. That's Rip Squad. And it looks like Dante. He spots out squad number 5. Swag WNL is right in front of him. He fires 2 shots, not able to connect any, but he knows that they are there in the house over there.
Yep,
so,
it does look like it's the southwestern part of the circles getting a little cluttered, especially at the edge, as we have squads playing gatekeep quite a bit in that direction. Looking at the Stellar opposite side, I see RS, Rip Squad, they have their Rip Official rather, have their eyes on a compound straight up ahead, I believe, is being held right now by, what is that? It's just...
Yeah, Dante, he was able to get Swag WNL down over there, but again, they're not in the circle. They need to make their way towards the circle. The teams that have cover need to realize that that cover is not in the circle. So eventually, they have to make their way in. And looks like squad number 17, MegaStars, they don't have a vehicle to do that. So they will have to run up eventually. And there is squad number 6, who Vegeta Nub is tailgating just to see the movements happening.
Yep.
Some good recoil control over there from Vegeta Nub. Good spray with that 6x. Just look at that.
EGxSAD is gotten a knock, I believe it was somewhere afar, onto one of the players from squad number 14, I believe. Let's jump on over and see what's happening over there. I believe there's one of the squads that's gatekeeping, and he's getting rid of his clothes just to ensure that he continues to keep his cover intact.
Yeah, that sometimes it could be because this is a very desert-like terrain. Just your skin clothes could give you some.
Oh, there we go. Carry goes down very early on, and backup coming in from Anmol. Will he be able to get something? Nope, he doesn't. FG, they hold strong, and they are able to find the 2 knocks, secure both the kills there as well, despite being eco so split up far ahead. And looks like UE also is going to get into the action from a side as EGxSAD starts to push up.
EGxSAD does start to push up, and Abiberg, he is keeping an eye on squad number 8, who are going to try and make their way high ground. I don't think they have spotted him yet. He could be in a little trouble if both of them push at him together because he doesn't have cover. But if he's able to get 1 knock first, you see Abiberg is making the push down. He's going towards the vehicle, but he takes cover off the ridge.
Yeah, nicely done there, expecting a lot of bodies heading his way, but FG, they're going to be in some trouble here as well as the circle pushes in. They're taking in a fight from afar, but on the other side, NewST could have taken both of them down, but instead they decide to get into the vehicle and run away, and that is going to keep them alive. We're going to jump back over. Abiberg has ended up going down by the looks of things, but he does have teammates there. The res should come back up. It's Deadly who's getting into an engagement here. Boptop finds one, cleans up as well, and looks like Love Navish is in some trouble here. Jordan coming up from the side actually finds a full flush onto one of the players from Deadly. And he's in a lot of trouble though. He's poked the bear and that bear wants to fight right here, right now. He is done for. Riot is able to get some revenge for Bopto, but they've lost a member early, Johnny.
Yes, indeed. Riot, he was able to get that kill in. And squad number 13, they are 3-man. They have lost one person, but they are still in contention because they've got early 2 kills as well. The circle has moved away from them, so they have to make their way in. They have 43 seconds left. Remember, this is the 5th zone, so the zone is going to hurt.
Look at where Paratosh is hiding right now. He's got himself on top of the hill. The entirety of Naruto legend, every single one is here. But lucky for him, they're happy taking that long-range duel up on the far side with Reaper X right now.
And the good part is he has good cover, right? Already squad number 10 might not be able to spot him, and squad number 10 is going to get into a battle with squad number 5, so he can just take advantage of it and keep himself safe. Maybe he's just playing for position points right now. You can see right, he's hitting a few shots, he's able to connect 2, and it's going to fall back, not taking unnecessary engagements. Circle is going to start moving in. They need to get into the vehicles and bail out of there quick.
Mega pushing up. They know they've got to take this fight up against RIP, and it's EGxSAD who's gonna come in from the side, but he's getting third-partied in on this. This is the risk of actually pushing in with the entirety of your sides open with no utility. In fact, Swag takes a lot of damage there in as well on their way in. With the circle pushing, he's gonna have to go in for this fight right here, right now. The pre-fires across, he's not ready. Tempest gets the cleanup and they're in a lot of trouble. There you go. A quick clean cleanup as Rip outside in the open. It's just Paradox who's alive inside, and it's just going to be a moment before he gets cleaned up as well. Tempest pushes through. He gets the cleanup. That is it, boys. The quick fight coming in from RIP. They had the better position, and unfortunately they just took so much third-party damage trying to get in, right? And at that point of time, not enough time to go for that reposition. It's going to cost them dearly. RIP, they managed to keep all 4 players up, but let's switch on over to RSAP Presence. He spotted out actually 2 squads straight up ahead of him. He needs to decide which fight does he want to take right here, right now.
Yes, indeed, and MYM is right now in a very good position. They're really happy with where they are currently with the fights that they've taken. It looks like this is their game to lose if they have to, because they are in very good position to take this chicken dinner.
Yeah, they can pretty much pick the fights that they want. The only problem right now for MYM is they need to be careful. Yes, they're playing in the edge. They're not as much in trouble of getting third-partied in, but in reality, that is still going to be the case if they do leave themselves far too exposed, committing to any of these fights here. Where Ronak, he spots the vehicle coming down. Let's see if he can nail them on their way in. They're going to zigzag across, and the damage is just about enough from his teammate there. Surya is able to find one, but the zone pushing in. Ronak needs to quickly reposition back out. Just as no one's watching this, I think he's going to be safe here for now. He's gotten into some cover, but same can't be said about MYM. They're in a wee bit of trouble out in the open. Reaper, in fact, is getting pushed here by Rip Squad. The push comes in. There is a lot of smoke cover down, but I don't think it's going to be enough cover. They do end up getting the knock onto Red, but that's going to be pretty much it. Mafia, I think, should get rezzed up as well here by Akash, but look who is pushing in. They smell blood, and it is going to be MGZ making their way in, and they're going to have to scramble right now. Will Rip, they come out into the open, and Ronak actually ends up going down. Gives maybe a small opening here. He's going to dance across. He does get Surya. What a play there by Akash. He still continues to move on. He can't. Man, TOP holds on to dear life, and 2 players mock. They still continue to go 4 strong here. Johnny, top 3 situation. Map number 2, take it away.
Yes, indeed, and that was a really interesting fight. he had the balls to go and take that fight. He could have revived maybe one, but he knew that was going to be a losing battle. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't Manti OP from Team Tamilas?
Yeah, he is, he is. But now the trouble begins here right now because RIP, they're outside the zone. They're going to go for the heal battle. I don't think they've got enough in them. It's just Legend here. He can't do anything. He's going to have to work through the meds. Just about gets the first aid off, but this is it. MGZ,
What?
no, yep. We have the brakes on. Legend is just a matter of time before they find him. Surya's charging up. Surya's going for the heals. And Legend finally, oh, he does get the first one, but that's pretty much it. Chicken dinner secured for MGZ. And what a way to pull that off, Johnny.
Yeah, and very consistent MGZ, right? In this game also, they are able to get a 5-kill chicken dinner. Very unfortunate. I don't know how MYM came to their ending, but they did come in 3rd position. We see Rip Squad in 2nd position with 10 kills, 11 kills. In 4th position, sorry, Rip Legend. Rip is in with 11 kills. Rip Squad is in 4th position. Then we have Reaper in 5th. Fnatic in 6th. Unfortunately, Fnatic couldn't get any kills there on the table, but nevertheless, they still managed to get a few position points. Squad number, we have RSAP in that 7th position. We have Mega in 8th, and Nova in 9th position. Deadly Esports, squad number 10, INS, and in 11th position we have Infamous. So a lot of teams there's a lot of shuffle that happened in this map in Miramar, and it's good to see that there is a lot of challenges that are there. Teams are now understanding how teams are playing, and we are seeing shuffle in the leaderboard, so that's what's more important. We still have another 14 maps to go.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
you
you can pretty much spend the entire day today just getting a feel of the server itself and the teams inside, right? It's a long road over 4 days of action. So MGZ, they take the chicken dinner here. Unfortunate for Fnatic, no kill points, and they got themselves into a tricky situation against MYM. Ran into MYM, who were able to pick up 3 kills there, forcing Paratosh in the defensive to get out. And I think all things considered, he still did a decent bit of job of making it to that top 6 all alone, right? There was, at one point of time, if I believe, there was Rip official who was straight up above him, all 4 strong, and he still manages to stay alive, keep his position in secrecy. That being said, that is the end of map 2 on Miramar. The next map coming up is gonna be Sanhok, Johnny. That's gonna be a curveball. That's gonna completely change things up for the players. But we're gonna take a quick break for now. Be right back with the scorecard and map number 3, so don't go anywhere.
Technology makes the impossible possible. We can explore new realities and get what we want when we want. We can make virtual friends. We can stay close from far away and conquer new frontiers. Technology creates opportunities, and we secure technology so that everyone, everywhere, can benefit from it. Bring on digital security for a brighter tomorrow. Kaspersky, bring on the future.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the grand finals of ILG Cup Season 3 PUBG Mobile. I'm Shaysay. Joining me is Flash. We just witnessed Marcos Gaming come out huge in Map 2 on Miramar. They take the chicken dinner, and that is going to change things up at the top of the leaderboard. Let's have a look at the standings there. They do take the chicken dinner, and with that are in the lead right now. 46 points, Fnatic on 40, Rip Official in third on 30, and then comes the rest of the pack. Reaper X in fourth, Rip Squad in fifth, Team Mayhem in sixth, Deadly Call Esports on seventh, Flawless Gaming to round out the top half, and then we have RS Alpha Pack on 15 points, Infinity Squad on 14, Inside Out on 13, and then we have EGxSAD, Hail Esports, MegaStars, NewST, and BSUD to round up the scorecard with 3 points. Johnny, thoughts on the scorecard after map number 2?
After map number 2, we can definitely see the squads, the strongest squads making their way up the leaderboard, right? And the consistency that is there for MegaStars and for Marcos Gaming. So Marcos Gaming, they are right now, they must be very happy with themselves as to what they have done. And Fnatic, a little disappointed with their performance, though they had a good start in map number 1. Map number 2 didn't turn out well because Mayhem took that fight straight up with them and they were taken off guard. They lost 3 early. Partosh somehow tried to get that position points, came in 6th position in Miramar, so he was able to get his team back up to 40 points. But from now on, it's going to be consistency. If you want to keep yourself in the top 3 and end up day 1 in the top 3, because we still have 14 more maps to go. This map is going to be Sanhok. Very exciting. You never know what's going to happen in Sanhok because Sanhok is a comparatively smaller map. Again, heavy density of loot. So they're going to be kitted up very fast. There's a lot of greenery, so it's going to be difficult to spot people out over there. But the fights are going to be intense, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen in Sanhok.
Yeah, so we're just waiting on the players to get into the server, and you've pretty much said it. The entire objective here is going to be not getting the chicken dinners when you're doing really well, but to ensure that you are able to get points when things are not looking great. And pretty much what Paratosh did the last time around for Fnatic. You lose the numbers early, but you're still able to grind it out and get a few points, right? And that is going to go a long way in ensuring that you're able to stay in touching distance on top of that leaderboard or keep consolidating the lead, whichever position it is, regardless of the things not going as much as planned inside the server, Johnny.
Yeah, because over here, one chicken dinner can make the difference, right? One chicken dinner with a few good kills can turn the tables upside down. We can't count out even the teams that are right now at the lower half of the board, right? Teams like BSUD, I know they just have 2 and 4 kills, but one chicken dinner with at least 10, 12 kills can put them back into, the running. So it's going to be really important for the teams that are on the lower half of the leaderboard to now start strategizing and changing their approach and try to fight against the top leaders. Maybe they might not want to fight solely in the few maps, maybe day 1, day 2. But if they move into day 3 and day 4, at that point of time, they'll know which team they need to take those fights with. So it's going to be at least day 1 and day 2, they need to at least be consistent in the top 6 to keep themselves comfortable and not losing out in the prize pool.
I think at the end it is going to pretty much come down to, like you said, keeping in touching distance, right? You want to go into day 4 knowing that a really good performance on a few maps will get you over the finish line. You don't really want to be in a position where you have to completely change your play style, go over aggressive, have to get the kills on the board along with the position points. That is a position that usually ends up not really working in your favor, though it is a pretty long drawn format. So I think ensuring that you're not too far away from touching distance and being in a position where a couple of wins maybe in the final day gets you over that finish line is where all the front runners want to be ideally. That being said, let's talk a little bit about the map coming up. It is Sanhok. How do you see this faring out? Will we get to see a complete change up in the way teams are playing? Will we get to see some of the top teams maybe not do as well here, Johnny?
Yes, indeed, because this is a very aggressive map. Like I said, right, it's a 4x4. It's not very big, so teams have to take those engagements very early. And you never know, teams that are haven't been performing well can rack up a lot of kills over here. And when it comes to positioning, it's not easy to position yourself because there isn't a lot of cover. With that said, you can get cornered by a lot of teams from all the angles. So I find Sanhok a very unpredictable map.
With that, let's jump straight into the action. Johnny, how does the flight path look like?
Yeah, the flight path is a very top half moving from the east to west, but so north oriented. You can see the entirety of docks and entirety of Camp Charlie. Sandme is way out, and I don't think teams are going to invest their time to go that far in. Nevertheless, docks is a place where you get very good tier 1 loot, right? So, tier 3 loot. So, I don't think that many teams would want to go that far, because if the circle does not come in your favor, it's going to be again really difficult. But this being a smaller map, you can travel quite easily. Problem is you don't get that many vehicles over here.
Yeah, it's all gonna have to be on foot, and this is a much smaller map, right? So it is going to make for quite a bit of engages, does force teams to play a little bit different as well. You have
Has Fnatic gone to this? Has Fnatic gone in?
yeah, they've gone to boot camp right now.
Boot camp, yeah. So boot camp is their general favorite place to go. So Fnatic is in boot camp, and Marcos Gaming loves Paradise. So I thought there might be some team that would want to contest Fnatic at boot camp, but looks like they respect their boundaries and they do not want to get into an early engagement with Fnatic.
Yeah, looking at the map, Johnny, it does look like the teams have spread themselves up a wee bit out, and we might not get to see a lot of early engages as we had expected.
Yes, indeed. So this is, like I said, this is a map which in zone 2 or zone 3 itself, you're going to have a lot of battles coming in. So right now, they're going to more concentrate on being safe, getting that loot, so that they're geared up to take that fight. Right now, it does not look like there's any team that's in ruins, but squad number 14 and squad number 17 are very close to each other. They can get into that fight pretty soon.
Well, in fact, Surya ends up going down from Marcos Gaming, and it has happened again, Johnny. The leaders under a lot of pressure early on, just as they're coming off a chicken dinner.
Yeah, and look at the circle. The circle is quite central, so a lot of the map is there. Asami is there. You have Boot Camp, Paradise. They're all in the circle. So teams are going to be a little comfortable looting right now. The only teams that are not in the circle is squad number 10. Right now they're at Camp Bravo. Squad number 19 was very close to Kampong. So these teams are going to make their way towards the circle. They'll have to go via Quarry, or they have to make their way towards Paradise. And I don't think squad number 10 would want to make their way. RIP official would want to go very close to Mega. So let's see how this pans out. They still have some time to gather their loot over here. Reaper X Exodia. This was also another squad which was grinding through the qualifiers a lot, and they have learned and they have progressed well. They are very close to Fnatic though, but Reaper X, knowing how Fnatic plays, I don't think they'll want to get into an early engagement with them.
I believe INS already has picked up one kill onto EGxSAD. These guys have not had the best of starts to day one, and it looks like it's just going to continue to get harder here. They're getting pushed on by INS. I believe that's Jordan who is pretty much in touching distance. He's inside the building. So Lavish is providing a cover from above, but unless they're able to do significant damage right now, INS is definitely going to continue to push this, and Lavish in fact is going to fall towards Jordan, and Jordan's been spotted running out. He's in the open, and Rigger needs one more bullet. He can't find it, but Lavish gets spotted out very close as well. The team's going to continue to push in onto the other side. Jordan's got decent bit of cover, but retreating away from this is going to be pretty hard with the rest of INS having their eyes trained in Johnny.
Yes, indeed, and a very good aggressive play coming in by INS. They know that they need to start racking up some kills and making their way up the leaderboard. So you can see the change in gameplay. They do have quite decent loot as well. Looking at Fnatic, they've moved out of boot camp. They are very close to squad number 8 though. Are they wanting to go for the engagement? You never know right now. Looks like Paratosh. He's going to hold the house and scout for some time.
I think it's a pretty much getting up to be a three-way battle here on this hill. EGxSAD is pretty much part of two different fights right now. Just to give you an aerial view of what is happening. On one side we have INS holding Jordan and Lavish down, and on the other side it is SAD View who's being held in position by Fnatic. So EGxSAD find themselves sandwiched and are in some serious trouble here, Johnny.
Yes, indeed. And looking at that bird's eye view, squad number 7 and squad number 8 are going to very much get into a battle, but Fnatic is just going to be very careful, hear those shots, maybe then climb up the mountain and get into that engagement and take advantage of it. So I don't think right now Fnatic would want to get into the thick of things, but squad number 8, they are scouting around to get a feel of which teams are around. I don't think they have spotted Fnatic though, but like I said, these teams would have done homework on where teams drop. So they would kind of know where, at least these big teams, where they drop.
And
so they would have an idea that Fnatic is nearby.
Yeah, Rahul's actually pushing up. The heals are coming through. Oh, he's not spotted the player in the grass, and that's going to cost him hard. Oh no. We do have Wix luckily coming in and able to put a stop to what would have been pretty darn hard on them, but the fight is heating up over here. We have, I think, 4 squads in the vicinity here, with not many players having an opportunity to back away from this. So we are going to see a committal as Zatko is going to push in. Lavish is down, and things just went bad again for EGxSAD, Johnny.
Yeah, that was a little lousy push, I must say, because the right side was open. You have to be very sure that there's not a squad coming in from the other side. And that was a very lousy push from the right hand side, because he got fired from there and there was cover for the team above the mountain as well. So nevertheless, Deadly were able to clean things up, get that one kill. Bob Dope holding his ground. He has an eye on Jordan over there. They still don't know that Fnatic is lingering nearby.
Oh, this is going to be a fight to watch out for. Deadly are in position here, and right now they've got to worry about possible third-party opportunities as well. You don't really want to jump in to anything just yet. Reaper, I believe, is getting into an engagement elsewhere as well. Let me see if I can find that fight for you guys. In fact, there is RSAP.
Oh, Fnatic, did they spot any movement? No, they still say Paratosh holding up. Looks like they still need to gear up quite a lot. They have level 2 vests, level 2 helmets, but not many heals. On the other hand, we have RSAP Xenon. He's keeping an eye on squad number 16, NewST. NewST holding those bunkers carefully. And they're not going to take an early engagement as of now. Zenon.
Yeah, he's pretty much alone, by the way. He's being gate kept at the moment by squad number 13, and I don't believe he's in a position to make anything of this situation just yet. He's just going to have to sit tight and hope there is pressure coming in elsewhere as well. Two teams have actually gotten Two players rather of RSAP have gotten fully sandwiched right now. There's a lot of squads around them and they're split up as well. It's just going to be a matter of time before Abiberg pushes in onto one of them. That is Vegeta. He's straight up ahead. He's got backup, but I don't think Abiberg has an idea that there's a player nearby here, Johnny.
Yes, and the thing is, in Sanhok, these compounds play and rocks play a really important and vital role for cover for these teams. And a lot of teams, if they do not move in on time, they get sandwiched from either the teams that are outside or the teams that are inside. So you do not want to be in that middle ground. Either you would want to be tailing the circle or you want to be already in with cover. If you are in without cover, that's it, you're doomed. So looks like squad number 13 are going to go a bit more deeper into the circle so that they are not the ones who are sandwiched in between.
Yeah, they're going to clear up first. The lone player behind, they knew exactly where that attack was coming from. But right now, I do believe there is Avistar who has pushed up and is not too aware of squad number 16 here. He has an inkling. He's got his spidey senses tingling as well. And right now, he's deciding to play on the defense. The absolute best decision, Johnny.
Yes, indeed. Right now, squad number 9, INF, they are on the bottom half of the leaderboard. And right now, they don't want to get into that many early engagements as well, but they still definitely want a few kills. They've got 1 kill already. Let's look at INF.
Yeah, that is Inside Out, who is currently in 8th position. But just
8th position.
But that's just the 7 points.
7 points.
So we are already seeing the leaders beginning to pull away, right?
Oh no, this looks like map number 1.
Yeah, this is from map 1. That was when, of course, Fnatic was very much in the lead. All of that has changed quite a bit now as we have progressed through. Yes, indeed. So let's just see what's up with, I believe, a few shots being fired as Deadly gets in position to take a long-range duel over with Fnatic.
Yes, indeed. And Fnatic Partosh, he's just scouting outside to see if they can spot someone. We see Fnatic, they are bridge camping as well. They have 2 people. But do you think, being so far apart, if someone gets knocked down, will they be able to go in for the revive? That's going to be the problem.
Look
and
at
Deadly
the position.
Is keeping an eye.
Oh wow, they've got an amazing view down on to Fnatic, but unfortunately for them, it is such a small territory, right? There are players behind them as well, and they're always gonna have to be ready for a counter-attack coming their way, possibility of a third party. And Fnatic, long range, they've actually gotten the work done. Riot just got a little too trigger happy there and gets that down by a beautiful spray down from Boptope, gets the knock onto always Fnatic. They're gonna get their first player knocked down.
Yeah, this is what I was saying. Fnatic should have been on the receiving end over there, but it was very well, counter fire coming in from Fnatic to get that knock in. I thought Deadly Esports will be able to get that at least 1 or 2 people down from Fnatic, and Fnatic might not be able to recover from there. But Fnatic, the experience showing off over here and good accuracy, they were able to get that kill in. They were able to get that knock in over there and save themselves from a disaster.
They managed to save themselves indeed here, as we're going to see another fight break out here, and it is Marcos Gaming, in fact, do manage to find the knock onto a couple of players here, and
Manu's down.
As Rahul and Leo, just the 2 up, and the flushes come through as well. He spotted the first player there, Ronak, he gets the kill out, and that is going to be it. Marcos Gaming, it looked like they were going to have their backs against the wall, especially having lost a player early. Didn't seem to bother them too much right there. They were on point.
Yeah, the problem was Rahul, he whiffed a lot of shots over there and obviously took advantage of it and cleaned things up. Partosh spots squad number 10 across the bridge, and that's quite interesting. Fnatic, they have cover over the bridge from this side. RIP is going to try and make their way across. Will Fnatic be able to pick up a few kills here and there? It looks like the circle is more moving towards Ruins and Painan. It has moved out of Painan though, but it's going to be maybe a bridge ending. You never know, out in the open. if it's a Ruins ending, it's going to be really interesting to watch, because the team that is inside Ruins, that's FG, squad number 14, Flawless Gaming, they will be secured. Fnatic, however, near that bridge, they have those two houses to get cover with, and they have one person who is scouting towards the bridge.
And by the looks of things right now, we do see a push coming through from Marcos Gaming, and they're looking to make their way in from, I believe, the southern part of the circle. But there is INS right now who is playing gatekeep in that direction, and I believe they've spotted out the first player in. They definitely spotted the buggy, and the damage comes through. 4 players lock him in, and Ronak has been spotted out in the back as well. And Dante, he's got his eyes trained. Ronak is in a lot of trouble here. They're not going to allow them to split up and take this fight.
Yeah, Manti OP also gets spotted on the opposite end over there. Kunal, he's making that push from the right. Riot is down. The knock is always there on Riot. Kunal, he's just trying to see if he can maybe spot a team in front of him, but he knows that there's no one there. Now he's going to check if any team is coming in from the edge of the zone.
Yeah, Manti OP, he's pretty much left to his own devices here, especially since he split up with Ronak. Ronak is deep inside the blue zone. He's got to weather it out right now and hope that INS just gets pushed into a third party, which is in fact the case right now, as UE have got their eyes set on them. Abiberg is providing the distraction enough, and looks like Deadly's also going to get in. Kunal is going to get third partied in. The spray is in. Abiberg doesn't end up taking too much damage, and now INS in a spot of bother. They're out in the open, and they're pretty much sitting ducks. So Johnny.
Yeah, both dope gets knocked out. Oh, that spray coming in, and that was good. Take down. Is Abiberg going to survive though? He is there behind the rock. Push is going to come in soon. Cover is there from his team. Smoke's being dropped, and Abiberg, he's just going to fall back. He's like, no, I can't finish that.
Yeah, they're going to fall back here as we keep an eye on the 2 remaining players from Marcos Gaming. Also going to get into their vehicle and get away from this fight. They've had enough of this. They find a small opening and they're able to relocate back out. But I believe there is...
I'm not sure Abiberg knows that there's a squad in Ruins, and he is going to make his way there.
Ooh, he spots out Riot coming in so late into the party. Ronak had repositioned back out, and he's going to get himself a free kill. The rest of Deadly, though, have managed to safely navigate their way back out, and going in as late as he is, I think Ronak's going to be fine here, Johnny.
Yeah, Ronak is going to survive. He's not going to have that much trouble over there. While the teams that are tailing from Ruins need to make their way into the next zone quickly.
Fnatic.
MegaStars.
Yeah, they're taking a fight up against INS right now.
Oh, MegaStars takes some hits over there. He needs to take cover from the rock. On the side, there's squad number 7, INS. They are tailing away. The zone is coming in. This is going to be advantages for Fnatic. They should be able to rack up these kills coming in. It's like free kills coming in from the right. Kash looks at Dante. He's spraying down. Oh, shots not hitting there. But Dante might be taking some zone damage over there. And he is still going to survive. Kash going to reload. Keeps an eye on Kunal. No, he's just going to fall back.
Zone is pushing in Ronak. You can see in the far distance is so far behind right now. But MegaStars can do an awesome job of actually gatekeeping right now with the zone pushing in. Frankie has gotten knocked down, so the decision comes. If he goes for this res here, will Kunal have an opportunity to push up before things are too late? I doubt it.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Frankie can be revived. Kash is going for it though. And Kunal is with the heal battle, trying to save his team and maybe come up.
Paratosh, long range with the nade. They were pretty much going for a heal battle right there. None to be had whatsoever.
But I don't know why Kash went in for the revive also. Even if he revived him, because that zone damage, those 2 ticks it's just 2 seconds, and that 2 seconds distance back into the zone was too far. So it wasn't the wisest of decisions for MegaStars to go in for that revive.
Oh, that was close. Rip Squad just barely managed to keep themselves alive. They do end up getting a couple of players knocked, and it's not yet done. It is gonna come down to Red. Can he heal back up? No, he's taken too much damage from the Molly right there. The res is coming off inside. They're desperately trying to keep themselves up here as Reaper X is gonna make this push in. It's troublesome, and Mac is just going to go down. But Akash uses the timing. Can he win the next fight? He will. He holds on 5 HP, gets the job done. Oh my lord, that came too close there, but they somehow managed to hold on by a sliver of their Johnny.
I know, and they just had one casualty over there, so that is beautiful play coming in. They are now at 6 kills, and Fnatic, 3-man strong, towards the edge of the circle. They have squad number 14, Flawless Gaming, on the left of them. Oh, they spot Parto, spot Saksham over there. And look at that circle. There is water, there is land, fights happening, 2 bridges, and shots being fired everywhere.
Squad number 14 is not doing all that great here either. They're getting pinned by squad number 16. 2 players down. They've split up as 2 as well. He needs to win this fight here. Daksh is not going to be able to do so. It's another squad biting the dust as Fnatic start to make this push in.
But Parthosh, he gets knocked over there. And Max Kash, 2. Always the only person left. And
yep, but yeah, I don't think they're in a good position, but squad number 16 has problems of their own as well. They're gonna end up getting knocked down, at least on a couple of players, as they try and make their way in. Mafia is just sitting at the edge right now. He's got his eyes on the entirety of squad number 16. Meanwhile, Fnatic did get the res onto Paratosh, and he's gonna be able to get at least enough time because of the distraction thanks to squad number 16. But it's gonna come down to, I believe, a 2v3 right now, right?
Yeah,
no, actually a 2v3v2. Never mind.
2v3v2, yeah.
It is in favor of squad number 19 right now. They have the compound. They've pretty much, they just need to sit tight, ensure that it pretty much comes to a point where if squad number 16 pushes, Fnatic is gonna have given away their position. So nade, oh, look at that. It's way too far off though.
Yeah, that nade was just way too far off. But it looks like squad number 19 are going to be happy with their position. They have cover off the wall over there, and they have a few mollies with them as well that could hold them good, but they're not using it against Fnatic. They know the positioning of Fnatic over there. And Paratosh, what can Fnatic do? They just have to wait for them to jump over the wall.
Yeah, they're just stuck right now in no man's land, right? They're just sitting there hoping that they get an opportunity into this. It is a 2v3 situation, and Paratosh gets spotted out on the side and a lot of damage taken. This is the time that they're going to go for this push. Huge opportunity to close things right here, right now. Always holds one side of the rock. As Paratosh holds the other. He's getting ready with the peek back across, but Mafia is going for that flank back across. In comes Akash. This is pretty much it. They have to go for the fight. So flank back across. Paratosh wins that fight. Can he get back into cover? No, he can't. Too many bodies around there, Johnny, towards the end. Too many angles to worry about. He had to get that kill almost instantly and get back to cover if they were to stand a chance. But they still managed to keep themselves at the top of the leaderboard with that second position finish. And to top it off, they've got 7 kills as well. But take nothing away from Rip Squad. These guys had an amazing game, a high kill round at it, 12 kill chicken dinner, and that's going to change things up, Johnny.
Yeah, Rip Squad is going to be really happy with that performance. Zone gods were in their favor. They were quite a lot in that area of the map only. So they were happy with the position they were already in, and they were just getting people while they were moving into the zone. So a good game for Rip Squad over there. In second position was Fnatic. In third position, you have NewST. NewST was struggling in the first 2 maps, but this map, they were able to get their stride. 10 kills over there for them. 8 kills over there for them. They're going to be happy with that. MegaStars is going to be happy with 7 kills.
Yeah, Marcos gaming after that chicken dinner. Unfortunately, I believe it came down to Surya, who was split away from the rest of his team. Pretty much was the first one in the server to go down. And from that point on, they had to play with just the 3-man. A couple of fights almost looked like was going to shake them off. But then again, that is the sign of a true champion squad. You're always able to keep grinding out results even when things don't really go your way at the start. And with that, I believe it's going to be a lot closer at the top of the leaderboard. It's neck and neck between Marcos Gaming as well as Fnatic. But this is only map number 3 of the day. We have one more map coming up today, and we have 3 more days after today. So things are just about getting heated here in the grand finals for the ILG Cup Season 3 PUBG Mobile. I'm Shades here. That is Flash. We'll take a quick break. Be right back with scorecard and map number 4. We are heading back into Erangel to see who will walk away leaders at the end of day 1.
Technology makes the impossible possible. We can explore new realities and get what we want when we want. We can make virtual friends. We can stay close from far away and conquer new frontiers. Technology creates opportunities, and we secure technology so that everyone, everywhere can benefit from it. Bring on digital security for a brighter tomorrow. Kaspersky, bring on the future.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the ILG Cup Season 3 PUBG Mobile Grand Finals. We are pretty much at the end of day one. Final map coming up on Erangel. I'm Shays here. Joining me is Flash. Flash, what do you make of the action that you've seen thus far?
So with the action we've seen thus far, all three maps, we have seen consistency, but we are now seeing teams, becoming a bit more bold and taking those moves to climb up the ladder, right? Now they've understood how the teams are playing. So in the first map, we saw Fnatic playing extremely well. In the second map, we saw Marcos Gaming. They did play well in the first map in Erangel, and there was consistency. Map 1, map 2. Map 3, they had a little rough game, right? But it is very expected. Sanhok is such a map where any team, it depends on the zone gods favoring you and the positioning towards the last few zones, whether you have that cover, you have that wall to play with. If you have good cover at the end in Sanhok, it's always your ball, right? Fnatic, eventually, they still did come second, but Rip Squad, they came out first in Sanhok.
I mean, that pretty much came down to the fact that Rip Squad had the one compound in that final circle, right? They were always at a positional advantage. They also had the numbers advantage. They were playing 3 strong at the end. It's a 3v2v2 situation.
3v2.
Fnatic managed to pretty much take that second position away from NewST that was pushing over the bridge from the other side of the river. But at the end, Rip Squad decided to take a 2-pronged attack. They split up 2 and 2 and are able to pincer the 2 remaining players. And at the end there, it was, I believe, Paratosh who was in a 1v2 situation.
1v2, yeah.
And unfortunately, 2 different angles to hit immediately, couldn't really pull out the W. Regardless, let's have a look at the score and see how things look like right now. It is tied on top, Fnatic and Marcos Gaming on 61 points. Couldn't get any closer than this, Johnny.
Couldn't have got any closer than this. Fnatic, Marcos, both on 61 points, but kills is what separates them apart. 1-1 chicken dinner each. Rip Squad, they are very close in 3rd position, and you see Rip Official as well in 4th. So now you can see teams slowly taking that lead. Mayhem again, they couldn't perform that well in Sanhok. Hopefully in Erangel we see Mayhem show us a complete different side of them if they want to end up at least in the top 5 for today. Reaper X, 30 points in 5th position. Flawless Gaming in 6th for 24 points. Now the leaderboard is completely open. Like I said, teams are quite close and they are in touching distance to the top 3. So it's going to be a very exciting Erangel map.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. The first time around in Erangel, we did see a quarry finish. A lot of teams grouped up, open fights. Eventually Fnatic coming out on top purely from utility usage. They carried a lot of smokes there towards the end, are able to isolate quite a few angles, allowing them to get individual duels, which they came out on top one after the other. So here's to seeing how the dynamics in Erangel change, considering this is going to be the second outing for all these players. So I believe, hold on.
I want to see a container end, Georgia Paul container end. If this Erangel wants to be exciting, they should have a container end. I hope, PUBG gods listen to me and end up bringing the circle over there. But I want to see some nice Georgia Paul action. Or even Pochinki. Even if it's a Pochinki end, I'm more than happy to see that. But again, I'm not that keen on looking at a very open end. We've seen quite a lot of open ends. And it'll be more fun to see a more closed city end.
Yeah, and the last time we saw a lot of teams playing it very passive as well. It was their first time around in the final six, trying to get a feeler. But I believe the shackles are going to be off at least to an extent here in this map. Looking at the scorecard as well, we've seen teams now spread out a little bit. The leaders are beginning to pull away from the rest of the pack, and this is a time where some of the teams who are at the bottom of the leaderboard are probably going to decide to play a little bit more aggressive, because as maps go by, that lead is only going to increase if they don't start racking up points on that leaderboard. And having some of those teams switch up that playstyle means the leaders are going to have to be wary of unexpected plays, unconventional plays from those guys as well. So I'm super hyped to see how Erangel plays out. All the players are in the server. It's about 60 seconds before we jump into this map. Any predictions before that, Johnny?
Looking at the consistency, we're seeing Fnatic and Marcos Gaming always being there in the top 3, but this time I really want to see some more. I mean, I want Mayhem to make their way up so that this becomes an even more even battle towards the last 3 days. So I hope Mayhem turn things around, and maybe teams like BSUD and all, who did perform well in the qualifiers, unable to show up over here. But if an underdog team's racks kills and takes a chicken dinner, it's going to turn things completely around. So, but the main part is taking down a leader. If they can take out someone who's on top of the leaderboard in the early stages of the game, that's going to be interesting, and that's something we need to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll have to see if any of the front runners decide to do anything out of the ordinary this time around. I don't believe that is going to be the case. It is very early in the grand finals. It's a 16 map affair. This is map number 4. We're jumping into Erangel. Johnny, take it away.
Erangel, one of our own favorite maps, and looking at the flight path, it looks like we are going to move from Lipovka right down to military base. Most of the map is in touching distance. Yasnaya, Rozhok, Ruins. Georgopol is going to be a little far, but a lot of teams like to drop near Rozhok, get those 2 vehicles and go to Georgopol. Pochinki again is going to be a hot drop. Milta, we saw a few squads go to Milta and Milta Power. Novo, again, high loot. However, a lot of risk, but very rewarding if you can go to Novo. Maybe with the flight path, we can see a lot more teams move towards the South Island. Let's see. It looks like squad number 16, NewST, moving towards Milta Power. Squad number 14 might make their way towards Novo Reponia, or they might drop at Milta. Fnatic again splitting up towards the southern side near Ferry Pier and towards Pochinki Hills, and maybe then make their way towards Mill Base if the circle goes in towards there. Squad number 17, that's Marcos Gaming, who are in second position, just a few kills away. They are moving towards Rozhok. I don't know if they are going to go towards Georgopol, but Rozhok, again, a hot favorite of a lot of teams. I can see squad number 19, RIP Squad. They are moving towards Primorsk. And look at the circle. It's an entirely opposite circle. It goes towards the northeast. Starburst, Severny, Shooting Range, Kamishki, Yasnaya, all of them. Now teams are just going to tuck their tails and move up towards the zone.
Yeah, there's MYM in some trouble here. Immortal as well as Trilok. The 2 players, they luckily managed to find themselves a vehicle. And as I say that, yeah, so much for luck. Immortal, is he even going to try and attempt a res at this point of time? Too many players here. Yeah, there is Marcos Gaming in touching distance as well. Shots coming down. He's in a lot of trouble. He's down to less than 40% health, but he barely manages to get away. Same can't be said about Trilok. They're going to start a man down early here. MYM.
Caster's curse, I think. I shouldn't have spoken about it.
And this, like you said, the circle turns around, goes north. And with that, a lot of these teams who did drop towards farm Milta Power now.
There's no one in South Island. I mean, that could have been something where you can easily get 3 vehicles over there. Crossing the bridge will definitely be tricky because the squads that are at Milta will definitely gatekeep, because they know that they have time. And if it's a squad that requires kills, they would definitely want to bridge camp. So somewhere I feel it's the right decision not to be in the South Island. But we see a RIP Squad who's in Primorsk, which is way ahead from the zone.
Yeah, we're going to switch on over to FG right now. Saksham. He's got his 4 teams up. These guys, again, I've seen a lot of early fights come in from this team. They've done a fantastic job. This for Avatar especially has impressed me in the first 3 maps that we've seen so far. What are your thoughts on FG, Johnny?
FG, I was thinking FG might have a difficult run, but they have definitely impressed me to keep themselves in the top half of the leaderboard. And if I'm not mistaken, right now Flawless Gaming is in 6th position. So let's see what Flawless Gaming can do in day 2 and day 3. If they are able to get a good finish in game number 4, they can definitely come into the top 4.
Yeah, talking about the top of the leaderboard, let's have a look at that scorecard back again. Flawless Gaming is sitting in 6th position on 24 points. They are almost less than half of the leaders right now. So if there ever was a time to step up and cut that distance, it is going to be an opportunity here, especially in maps where if you see the leaders fumble, that is the opportunity that they need to capitalize on. And let's see if FG can pull that off, and if they in fact get offered that opportunity here in this map, John.
Yes, indeed. And looks like FG, though they've taken a very aggressive stance over here in Milta, but because the circle went completely in a different direction, they might not waste a lot of time trying to bridge camp, and they are definitely going to move in towards the circle. Looking at their loot, they definitely have some decent loot. They have level 2 gear, and they have good heals as well. They've got some Scar Ls, AKs. Looks like Deadly is also trying to make their way straight in towards the circle. Abiberg, he's on the buggy with Zotko. They are taking a stroll in the park. Maybe looks like they want to go towards Georgia Bowl. I don't know if that is going to be the right decision, because it is away from the circle, but maybe they are trying to go in to get some loot, because it looks like they have only level 2 stuff and don't have that much heal as well.
Well, I believe there's a fight soon getting ready to break out here, but squad number 5, do they really want to go ahead and contest this? We do have a knock coming in here, as I believe there was a Mortal who decided to take this fight out in the open, challenged by Paradox as well as EXE. He does have cover of his UAZ right now, but question is with
Cloak,
EXE
he spots
pushing.
that.
Yeah, he's pushing.
Cloak spots that, and he is spraying away over there, and unfortunately not able to connect. He's given his position, though I don't know if that was the right place to give that position off, because there are very few cover and they can make a push onto MYM. MYM has only 3 people left. 3, I'm saying. They have only 2. From that, Believe is also down. Like I said, I don't know if that was the right idea for Cloak to take that shot.
Yeah, and with that, he's given away his position as well, and now needs to pretty much back away. Mega, they've in fact not even secured. They killed on Believe. I believe EXE is going to head in that direction, and Paradox as well as Encore are going to give chase, because Cloak is on foot right now. Paradox is going to stop off at the buildings right here, so they're going to check that out, but Cloak is long gone. He's nowhere close by, and Mega is soon going to realize that.
Yes, indeed. Mega soon going to realize that. And MYM, very bad start. Already lost 3 over here. They are moving into Yasnaya, and there is going to be a clutter of teams that will make their way towards Yasnaya pretty soon. So MYM, Cloak, all he can do is wait it out and play for position. Maybe get a kill here and there if there is a spot which he can catch off guard. Saksham, he spots one. Oh, he gets that knock, and he's going to get Dante. That's a clean kill for Saksham. And Saksham is able to secure 1 kill. Good start for squad number 14, Flawless Gaming.
Yeah, Daksh is pushing in. He's down pretty low. Saksham continues to push across. He should be able to close in, and comes the third party from afar. In fact, that is a player from INS who's still continuing to fire away. Somehow manages to hold on for dear life, but They get, I believe they did get the one kill there, the quick secure coming in from Saksham right at the beginning. And they're pretty much going to settle for that at the moment.
Yes, indeed. And Manti OP, Avatar. Saksham is now going to maybe move in. Again, they are.
Yeah, Saksham, I'm not sure where exactly he's going to head right now. He's pretty much stuck looking for information on the other side, INS. These guys have been pinned down for a wee bit as well. We have Kunal, who's got the UAZ straight below, in fact, the bridge right there, and he's going to continue to keep that vehicle in place. Not really going to give away his position just yet. He is the secret arsenal in scouting out the players, but I'm going to switch on over to MGZ. They've got the water body behind them right now, so they've not really got to worry about backstabs as much, but we might just see INS in fact run into a Fnatic. They're just going to drive by vehicles in position. Saksham is in the back there as well, so they're going to worry about a possible third party into this, but don't see that being a reality just yet. But MGZ, not sure if they're going to get pushed by Hail at the moment. For now, the Kunal, we're going to keep his eyes on him to see if they actually spot out anyone from FGC. I don't believe that is the case, in fact, just yet. Fnatic, they're going to get ready to make a move here. They're picking up Frankie there, Max Kosh. They've got the two buggies. Rotation across the bridge. Exactly is that heading? They're actually heading up towards north right now. They want to make that transition past the water body right away. Ninja OP is all from INS is also going to be able to do the exact same thing here. So I'm guessing teams are already making up their mind about the yin yang situation, about that river. That because the next circle comes, teams are gonna start to take their pick on where the circle is eventually gonna end up, and you don't really want to end up on the wrong side if it does come down to it. Seems like we might have lost Johnny right there, so I'm just gonna wait on a moment as we keep our eye on Reaper. Where is Reaper right now? They're pretty much in the circle. They're on the south side of the Rozhawk River. They're sitting nice and pretty there, but I believe NewST is behind them and FG straight up ahead. Let's have a look at that part of the map right now. I see FG, INS, Reaper, NewST, the four squads that have huddled up around. Ninja OP did push the bridge early, but looks like he's gonna hang around for the bridge camp right now on one side as Kunal tries and pokes from afar. So interesting to see how that plays out here eventually. I believe Kunal and Drigger will both look to go for that final push. If they do manage to get any resemblance of damage here. You see a vehicle getting blown up in the distance, always. Is going to continue to make quick work of the vehicle up afar. Fnatic still going pretty strong right now. The leaders, it is tied up though. Marcos Gaming are also 4 strong, but they are on the other side of the river right now. They're getting ready to probably take this fight up against Hail. Hail doesn't seem to be in too much of a hurry though. They've got the compound. Most of these squads are pretty much going to hang around and wait for the next circle to show itself. Almost every single one has rotated in very early, but look at this. Jordan does get eyes on Rip Squad. He's going to take an early shot though before his teammates are in position. That's risky play. EGxSAD haven't had the best of starts. They've been playing from behind for all 3 maps. Haven't had the best of starts. Haven't put themselves in a position towards those final couple of circles. But they've opted to go for a lot more safer approach here. The shots from Jordan though was quite the opposite, but finding themselves 4-man strong towards the latter half does improve their chances of getting up a much more significant result moving up ahead. Let's jump on over to NewST. Let's have a look at what's happening. They're keeping tabs on INS. The push-up from Treads, in fact, providing cover as his teammates got his back. He's going to be able to take this building. They're going to check this out and eventually get 4-man strong to move up ahead, further cutting their distance to Reaper. I think it's going to come down to whether you want to use the bridge up ahead. Ninja OP did rotate in very early towards the bridge. He crossed that and he's been pretty much all on his own here for INS, holding that bridge down, waiting for these teams to make that rotate across. No one's really made that push because this entire area has pretty much been covered by 3 or 4 teams, and there is a huge risk of a possible third party happening. As I say that, Eco is gonna get off and start firing away at Exodia. There's Fnatic going behind as well. Lots of shots being fired. Reaper somehow managed to keep all 4 players alive, make their way out, taking significant damage from FG. Avatar is down, but they're long gone, and FG drop the smokes. They're going to try and pick their teammates up. Reaper in some trouble. Kunal, massive damage done onto Zern. He continues to mow them down. Ninja OP has gotten an angle from afar as well. FG pinned in the corner. He's going to try and hit him through the window there. Avatar being as low as he is. Let's see if they do manage to get out of this tricky situation here. They're going to get into the towers here, but the shots landing, they're both so low. And Kunal gets the first and the second. Big place there. 2 knocks coming through. He's going to try and secure this before somebody else snatches this up. Two kills going down early on. Yeah, that is going to put squad number 14 in a lot of trouble right now. Let's have a look at how the circle has ended up. It's gone north all the way up to 70. So it was the right decision to actually cross over early. FG, one of the squads that actually hung around very late, and that has put them in the crosshairs very dangerously. And with the blue zone starting to push, I believe they're going to be literally the last squad that eventually crosses that bridge right there. And that is if INS actually give them that opportunity to do so. If I'm INS, you're probably thinking, hey, I'm going to camp this bridge out and wait for FG to try and make that push right now. Daksh hasn't really got too many options. The blue is pushing in, and he's gonna have to wing it and make that push across, else he's gonna end up going down one way or the other regardless. MYM, I believe Cloak is pretty much all alone here. He did spot Saksham heading back out, so him being all alone pretty much means he's gonna have to tuck his tail and play it safe as well. Squad number 9, the push comes in. FG, they're getting gate kept here by squad number 9, and this is gonna be trouble. The nades primed in. Eco is down. Saksham's actually gone all the way up the mountain. He knows there's no way back into this, and Cloak actually does find him on the way out. He was trying to avoid players as well, being the lone survivor for MYM, and that actually ends up netting him a free kill there as Bunny spots Hail Gods exiting the compound right there, and that's going to be a long-range duel that they're going to eventually find themselves in. But Fnatic, looks like they're getting ready for a fight themselves. Squad number 18 up ahead. They've got the one-man knocked in. Frankie lining up the nades. Hasn't found an avenue in just yet. Hail on the other side, getting ready for the push. Leopi far behind, and Fnatic actually is worried about a possible third party in here. They spot out a lot of players behind them, and committing out into the open is probably not something that they want to do right now. And looks like Marcos Gaming is also going to make this push in. Rip Squad finds a couple of cracks. Reaper is able to reply back with the knock as well, but we're going to keep our eyes on Dementi OP pushing through. The nades getting a lot of work done. Ronak finds the first knock in, and that's going to be the full committal. Waiting goes down as well. He spots out Wix. He's getting sprayed down from the side. He's going to go prone, and the backup has arrived. They get the knock onto Leo OP. The push comes in. They will get the first cleanup as well. The flush comes through, and MGZ, they're in a lot of trouble. Dementi is very low as well. Players getting knocked left, right, and center. He's probably going to be the last man left up here. He's going to try and stick this out. He's not finding the opportunity to make anything happen here. Hail are holding on. It is, in fact, just Rahul who's there, who's up right now. Nate coming in is good. Dementi pushes through the corner. He might find an opening into this to spray through the smoke, and in fact it is God who comes in from the side. He gets the cleanup, and MGZ now going up against squad number 9. Will they find something in them to keep this fight going? Squad 9 is actually going to continue to back away from this. They want nothing to do with this. MGZ, they may be down on HP, but not low enough for them to feel that they're in a comfortable position to actually commit to this fight at this moment. But looks like Fnatic is in some trouble themselves. They're the only ones inside the zone right now. INF making that rotate into the zone very early on. Let's have a look at what Fnatic is up to. Always is down. They've got a couple of smokes down. More utility being expended as they try and get the res in. Nades making their way through. The nade actually connects from Max Kosh onto Kratos. And now Fnatic feel they've got a fight on their hands. Wonderful nades coming through, pinning INF in. And Rohan is going to be able to heal himself back up. 2 players down. Rez is going to have to come in soon because Fnatic, they're getting ready for this push. They're going to commit to this. There's no one inside the circle just yet. Squad 17 is coming in as well. In fact, Mega coming in from behind. They've gotten off. They're all in the crosshair for Max Kosh. Goes big with the Frankie, and they get 2 knocks in. They're getting shot from the side, though. They're going to have to go prone because squad number 9 are getting ready for this fight right here. The push about to commit here. What's Always going to do? Always actually going to just straight up fall back. INF, they might use this opportunity here to go on the offensive themselves. If Always gives them an opportunity, he's able to laser down Avistar. INF still can't find an opening into this. They're pinned it in the corner. Rohan on the defensive. Fnatic, are they going to actually make this push across? They are exposed to a couple of squads behind them. And yeah, they're going to be under huge pressure here. EG's out in the open as well. Always going for this fight. Paratosh has been knocked down. What's the play right here? INF still 3 strong. Avistar pulls out the M24. He gets a huge knock right there as squads finally pushing in. Pretty much means that INF have done just about enough. Now they waited it out. They played it so patiently so far, and it's gonna come down to Frankie being able to do much. Iron Fist inside the smoke. He's not committed to this just yet. I believe it's all down to just MegaStars here, who does get Avistar. He continues to spray away, almost finds Kratos as well. Can't make this happen. He's inside the building right here. He's gonna go for this quick heal back out. MegaStars drops the smoke. Should be having enough to get the res off. Will he? Nope, he doesn't. And with that, Fnatic are eliminated, and it is down to WizGod right now to make this push back across. They're clearing up the vehicles on their way in. EGxSAD has been spotted coming in late. They're gonna secure the kills one by one. They've got to. Mantiope from afar, trying to make things happen here. EGxSAD, they're down to just the last 2, and View has gotten knocked down as well. And looks like Kratos will eventually end up going down to the blue. There's not enough firepower right there. Rip in a wonderful position to try and make the most of the situation right here. The Tempest gonna make his way across into the open. Naruto, Skrillex as well as Tempest have spread themselves out. MGZ up afar, BSUD down to Anmol and Iron Fist. Players in a lot of trouble from BSUD out in the open. The player with some cover there. Iron Fist ends up going down to the nade, and that leaves it all down to Anmol. Anmol right now using the drop as natural cover. That's all he can find. MGZ dropped the smokes as well. One of the players has gotten knocked down. Rip. Center circle is in a strong position right now. EGxSAD as well as Marcos Gaming, they're pretty much forced to already having used a lot of utility. Tempest does get knocked, and that is going to force Skrillex to go for the res. Let's have a look at what Mantiope is up to. He's spraying away, and he's found you. And looks like he's spotted the tracer out as well. Gets the second. They clean up onto both. Top 3 situation. 8 players alive. RIP. They're in a good position to force Marcos, because Marcos is playing edge right now. Mantiope gets spotted. He gets up for a split second there. Naruto with the Uzi hasn't fired just yet. Instead, they're going to commit on BSUD. Naruto has an inkling of where WizGod is, and he spotted him. They get the knock in. Naruto ends up going down. Mantiope, though, has managed to crawl his way back in between 2 squads here right now. Still continues to roll back strong. Decent angle, but it is going to be Rip who finds the cleanup. Tempest with the zone pushing in, finds one. Manti goes down there at the end. Not good enough. Rip, a strong finish at the end, are going to take the chicken dinner. Not Rip squad, but Rip official. Tempest, Skrillex, Naruto, Legend, finishing up with 15 kills on the leaderboard. A very strong finish indeed, as Marcos Gaming comes in second. 9 kills. I think with that finish, Marcos Gaming will take the first position for themselves in the leaderboard at the end of day 1. Anmol and the rest of BSUD 3 kills in. EGxSAD with 5 kills in 4th position. Rip Squad in 5th position with 7 kills. INF in 6th with 3, and Fnatic in 7th with 3 kills themselves. 8th position for INS as they finish up with 2 kills. For the end of day 1 of the ILG Cup Season 3 PUBG Mobile Grand Finals, I'm Shadeslayer. We'll take a quick break. We will be back shortly with the scorecard to see how the teams have aligned up moving into day 2. So don't go anywhere. Let's take a quick break.
Technology makes the impossible possible. We can explore new realities and get what we want when we want. We can make virtual friends. We can stay close from far away and conquer new frontiers. Technology creates opportunities, and we secure technology so that everyone, everywhere can benefit from it. Bring on digital security for a brighter tomorrow. Kaspersky, bring on the future.
All right, welcome back everybody. This is the final scorecard at the end of day 1 for the ILG Cup Season 3 PUBG Mobile Grand Finals. Marcos Gaming is in the lead, sitting on 84 points. Fnatic in second with 69. Rip Official with that chicken dinner in that final map on Erangel pops up to third place on 67. Rip Squad on 64. Reaper X Infinity Squad, Deadly Call rounding up the top half, and in the bottom half, Inside Out, NewST, EGxSAD, Mayhem, MegaStars, RS Alpha Pack, BSUD, and V3Hail Esports gonna round up the scorecard at the end of an action-packed day 1. It has been an absolute blast. Huge shout out to all the viewers who tuned in. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. This is Shadeslayer signing off. We will be back again tomorrow at 1:45 p.m. with more action from day 2. Until then, keep gaming. See you folks tomorrow.